Welcome back, everybody. My name's Will. Today I want to talk to you guys about kind of a niche subject, believe it or not, but something that I thought was interesting and I wanted to pass on to you guys. With everything that's been going on in the world today, there's been a lot more conversation about truck guns or vehicle guns, or what should I add to my vehicle to take around with me, or maybe even should I start carrying a messenger bag or a backpack everywhere I go, just to be prepared for whatever may happen, and things that we have seen happen, like I said, in recent years. I'm going to share with you guys one of the methods that I use, or one of the things I've started doing in the last couple months or so, is a way to carry extra ammo and guns and gear and things like that with me sometimes if I feel like I need to. So without further ado, let's talk about this guy. Okay, real quick guys, before we actually open up the bag and start talking about what's in it, I want to go through my philosophy, if you will, or the thought process behind this bag and how I would use it. Number one, this is not a bag that I'm going to wear out to, restaurants or shopping or anything like that. Wearing a bag in stores will get you way more attention anyway, typically. That's not something that I look for. I don't want more people looking at me, even if it's just an employee thinking, is he gonna steal stuff? I don't like that. So I don't carry a bag out in public. Now, a woman can probably get away with a larger purse or something like that. That's a cultural, societal thing. Guys, not so much. So this just goes in the vehicle, in the back seat, or hidden away somewhere. And the goal or intent behind this is just to carry extra ammo, maybe an extra gun or two, and a couple of other little things that might be useful. Now, I do keep all of this stuff in a backpack that has straps on it, so I can actually wear it like a backpack and carry it if I have to. It also just makes it easier to take it to and from the vehicle, because I don't leave this in my vehicle overnight or anything like that. But yeah, the whole point of this is just to have some extra ammo and extra supplies on hand. I can use them from inside the vehicle if I need to. I can get to this bag, or I can grab the bag out of the vehicle, grab what I need, or just grab the bag and go. So that's the concept here, just so you guys know, and it gives you a context in terms of why I have this bag. Now let's open it up and actually start getting into it. Are you tired of your local gun shop shelves looking like this? Yeah, me too. And when you finally find the one thing that you actually want to buy, or at least something you're willing to buy, you don't get sticker shock. You get sticker cardiac arrest. Well, if that's you, I've got some great news. Big Daddy Unlimited has a huge selection of all your favorite firearms, firearms parts, firearms accessories, ammunition. They even do NFA items. All you have to do is sign up to be a member. It's super easy to do, and once you do, you can log in, peruse all of their items. And did I mention that because it's a members only club, their prices are way lower than you're gonna see them anywhere else. It's pretty awesome. And it gets even better. Big Daddy Unlimited and Country Boy Guns are now partners. So if you use my link to sign up, which will be in the first pinned comment down below, your first month is only 99 cents. After that, it's $10 a month going forward. But you get access to all of those extremely discounted items that I can't show you on camera because the prices are too low. And a portion of your membership fee every month will come back to support me and the channel. So that means that I can make more content, buy more ammo, more gas for range strips, all that good stuff. It's a win-win for everybody. So whether you're looking for ammo, your first gun, a first gun for someone else in your life, your 200th gun, 20th, or 5th if your wife is watching this, or you're just trying to finish out one of those strip lowers in your safe, Big Daddy Unlimited has what you need, so go check them out. really appreciate Big Daddy Unlimited and their partnership with Country Boy Guns. I'm really excited about it, and I think it'll do good things for the channel. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, so the first thing you notice about the bag is it's a camo bag. All right, that's another reason that I wouldn't carry this out in public. This screams gun, even without the magazines and stuff on it. This screams gun. If I were to just wear this out and about, it either screams gun, military, cop, something else. This is not a low profile kind of bag. So that's another reason I wouldn't wear it everywhere. I normally don't keep patches on it, but I figured for the video, I'd give Baby Yoda a little spotlight time. So he's up there on the bag. I don't remember who makes this bag, frankly, but I'll have a link to it on Amazon down below, just if you guys are interested in picking up something like this. I like this bag. It's a very slim, narrow bag. This doesn't actually come with it. This is an extra piece. So without this, which we'll get into, it's a very narrow bag. It fits between my shoulder blades. If it was black and I was wearing a black t-shirt, if you were looking at me from the front, you wouldn't be able to see the bag. I don't know, I like that it's small and compact, but I can put a lot of stuff in here. We'll start out with what's on the outside. So as I mentioned earlier, I've got these two magazines. This is a 33 round Glock magazine, Glock 18 mag, whatever you want to call it. And then this is a 27 round Magpul magazine. Both of these are loaded. This one has hollow points in it because I don't have a crap ton of hollow points. This one's just loaded with ball. And then I've got two more, one on each side here, of the 33 round Glock mags. They're just woven down inside these little openings here, just like so. Now, I carry those on the outside for a couple of reasons. One, they're right there. They're super easy to get to. I don't have to open anything up to get to them. And I typically carry either a Glock 17 or a Glock 19 concealed. So if I'm in my vehicle, need to get to another magazine and I don't have one on my side, or maybe I use the ones on my side or whatever, I can't get to them because of the position I'm in or the seat belt, I can grab off of the outside of this backpack very easily and have a lot of ammo ready to go. So that's why I put those magazines on the outside. The other reason is there's another gun in here that actually feeds from Glock magazines. So now I've got more ammo for that gun as well. Other than the magazines, as you guys saw, I've got this big carabiner here. I don't think this is like load rated or anything, like, for rappelling or climbing or anything. But I wouldn't use it for that anyway. This is just here, frankly, because when I bought the bag, I was on deployment and I put that on there so I could clip speakers. I could clip my battery bank on the outside, my solar battery bank, so it could charge from the sun. Like, that's pretty much why I threw this on here, but I kept it because I figured, maybe I'm gonna wanna clip something to the outside of the bag later on if I'm using it. Maybe I've got some gloves with me I just wanna keep up with. I can throw them on that carabiner and they'll stay. So just a multi-use item. It doesn't add a lot of weight. It doesn't get snagged or get in the way, so I figured I'll just leave it. And then on the opposite side of the bag, it's kind of low and harder for you guys to see, but this is actually an IFAK or a blowout kit or whatever you want to call it. It's a Condor bag or pouch, so it's not, like some super whiz bang expensive thing. I'll have a link if they have this on Amazon. I'll have a link for this in the video description as well for you guys to check out. But the nice thing is you unclip that buckle and it just comes off of the Velcro. I'm trying to do it without throwing the bag everywhere. So I can take this off if, say, there's a car accident or an active shooter or something, and I don't need all the stuff that's in this bag. I just need medical. The bad stuff is over, or I'm running to the bad stuff because I've got my gun, I've got a couple magazines, but I want to take some medical with me. Just grab this and go. You could put like your first aid, cross patches or anything like that on here to show that this is medical. I don't have anything on there. This is just for me to know that this is medical. I'm not too worried about other people seeing this and going, oh, medical, great, we need that for something. Because again, this stays hidden in my vehicle. So I don't expect people to see this bag unless I pull it out. Inside, relatively straightforward. I've got a couple of pressure bandages on here I've also got a couple of tourniquets, a couple pairs of gloves, a CPR mask. I'm not going to do a full review of this, but I'll take some pictures so you guys can see. I've got a nasal pharyngeal airway. I've got some quick clot, and I believe I've got some chest seals. I do. I've got a couple of chest seals in here as well. All of your basic, like super life-saving, traumatic injury type stuff, your first responder style gear. The other piece of this that's super important to mention is I am trained on how to use these things through the military. I have to know how to put a tourniquet on myself and other people and do chest seals and all that stuff. So I've gotten the training, and I want to keep getting the training and getting even more and more training and learning more skills throughout life. However, very important if you're going to carry stuff like this, that you either know how to use it, that's what I recommend, know how to use it, or at the very minimum, you're not trying to stick a tourniquet on somebody's neck because you don't know what you're doing. If you're carrying the gear, you haven't gotten the training yet, then ask, hey, is anybody here in the military? Is anybody here law enforcement, EMS, firefighter, anything like that? Ask people if they've got trauma training and know how to use these tools, and then you can give them those tools. So like I said, medical, if for whatever reason I don't want to carry this on the bag, I can just take it off and it makes the bag a little bit slimmer, a little bit less bulky than it was before. But I like having it on there just in case. All right, so let's actually start opening up the bag. First, I've got this buckle here that you open up to be able to easily access the zippered compartments. The nice thing about that buckle is it keeps it more slim to itself versus letting it expand out all the way and flop around with weight. That's why I keep the buckle buckled. And we'll start with this small top pouch here that Baby Yoda's on. This just has a tiny little first aid kit. This is a boo-boo kit, so you know, Band-Aids, moleskin, tweezers, a little bit of gauze, that kind of thing. This is your ouchie kit. This is nothing crazy, which is why I keep it in this bag in the zipper where it's a little bit more complicated to get to. We've also got some alcohol wipes here, more honestly for Mrs. Country than for me. She's a germaphobe, I'm not, so whatever. Duct tape wrapped around a card. This is probably about, I don't know, 5-10 feet of duct tape. So not a ton, but I could use this if I needed to for a lot of different things, you know, repair a bag, or if I need to write a note and stick it to something real quick, I could use this for a makeshift chest seal. All kinds of great uses for duct tape. And finally, Listerine breath strip. Yeah, Listerine, did I say that? Yeah, Listerine breath strips. Frankly, I had these in this bag while I was deployed because I dip, and you know, if I'm gonna go hang around people or whatever, I don't want like my terrible breath to like make them not want to be friends with me. So I just kept those in there because why not? That's all that's in this top pocket here. All right, so this lower pocket, pretty simple. Go ahead and unzip it for you. And I do have the sides kind of cinched down a little bit tight again to just keep the bag a little bit more thin and stable. So there's, you know, it's a little tight, but I could put more stuff in here if I loosen it up. It would just make it heavier and bulkier, and I don't really want to do that. I've got 4 30-round AR mags. That's it. That's all I've got in this pocket. There's no, I mean, I could throw a marker, notebook, any of that stuff in here, and I probably will, frankly, put a marker and a pen and a notebook in this pocket. But for right now, again, this is pretty much just ammo storage and a little bit of life-saving gear. So on that front pocket, easy to access, 4 30-round AR mags. All right, so next pocket, there's this small front pocket we've already opened. There's a large main compartment, but then there's another bag or pocket here in the middle that will open up next. So not gonna surprise you guys, I've got more ammo. I've got 2 40-round PMags. They're nice and tall. They're easy to just kind of reach in, grab, and pull out. But then I've also got 2 more 30-round PMags in here as well. Again, more ammo. I put the 30s in there so that if I reach in, I can just get the top of the 40 without grabbing 2 40s and pulling them both out. You know what I mean? If they're stacked on each other. The 30s are just, they just sit lower and they make the 40s present easier. I've also got a reflective belt in the bottom of this that I've got Ranger banded up so that it just kind of stays nice and flat. Frankly, again, this is a holdover from the deployment, but I keep it in this bag because, I mean, that's the whole point of the belt, is to be noticed, to be seen. And maybe something comes up, something happens, I want to be seen by law enforcement or medical professionals or even just people driving down the road. Maybe I really want to be seen. Or if, I don't know, somebody's hurt and I want to make sure that they get seen if medical professionals arrive and I have to go leave to go grab medical supplies or something else. So yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly every scenario where I would want myself or somebody else or something else to be easily noticed, but I have a reflective belt because that's what it's for. It's what it's good at. And then in the top up here in this mesh section, I've got 4 loaded Glock 17 magazines, 17 rounders, with defensive ammo in all of them. And there's a specific reason that I'm using the 17s instead of the 19s. One is, like I said, sometimes I carry a Glock 19, sometimes I carry a Glock 17. I don't want to have magazines in here that I can't use in the Glock 17, especially if maybe I take the 17 and just throw it in the center console or something of the vehicle, or if I put it in the bag. So this way I don't have to think about what magazines are in here. I just know that every gun I have that takes Glock mags will run these magazines. All right, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the large pocket. And this is probably the most exciting pocket, although there is one more pocket on this thing. What I keep in here is actually my folded up Sub 2000. So this is a pistol caliber carbine chambered in 9mm, and this happens to be the Glock 19 magazine size version. So it runs the 15 round magazines. I've got a mag pull in it right now, but again, defensive ammo. And this thing just folds in half very nicely, and it fits perfectly down inside this bag. I've also got an older generation Inforce light on there, and that's it. No red dot, no suppressor, no nothing else, just the gun and the light. And the reason I keep this in the bag is, one, magazine compatibility. If I run a Glock, then the magazines that'll work for the Glock will also work for this. This is also very lightweight. I don't remember exactly how much it weighs, but it's not a ton. And it just fits in the bag very nicely. I've got a 16-inch barrel here, so this is a full rifle. This is not like a pistol or anything like that. And I like having a long gun when I can get away with it. Now, obviously, I also carry AR mags. A lot of times, if I'm going on a longer trip or something, I'll take the AR, throw it in the truck as well. That's why I carry the extra ammo for it in this. However, you know, maybe I'm with Mrs. Country, something's really going bad, again, as we've seen happen recently, relatively recently, and I want to give her a little bit more than just a handgun, you know, something that's easier to shoot, easier to be accurate with, especially, you know, at longer distances potentially. So I can either give her the AR or give her this, and we each now have a long gun. Not necessarily ideal. I think I would prefer something else like a SIG Rattler in 300 Blackout with supers and a suppressor, but there's also a significant price difference between a Kel-Tec Sub 2000 and a SIG Rattler, so and I've already got this. I didn't buy it just for the bag. Last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about, there is one more pocket like I mentioned. It's this hydration pocket back here. You can open this up, and I've just got 2 more 40 round PMags in there. Again, 40 rounders because it's a very long, deep pocket. I mean, it runs the entire length essentially of the back of the bag. So it's just, I don't have to get my hand as deep into the bag to get a hold of a magazine. It's closer to the top. That's the only reason I run 40s in there. And I've only got 2 of them. Try to keep this nice and flat against my back. So it's not, you know, if I do have to wear this for any length of time, it's not gonna be super pokey and uncomfortable in my back. Now, I do want to talk about some other options if you guys got a bag like this, or any other bag for that matter. Some other things you could maybe substitute out and run instead. In this front pocket down here at the bottom, where I have the 4 30 round AR mags, I have actually run Mrs. Country's pistol in here as well. For those of you who don't know, she has a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 4-inch compact, 9mm. I know that's a mouthful, but she loves that gun. She doesn't have her concealed carry license yet, so if we're going somewhere, like I said, we're on a road trip or we're gonna go a couple hours away to a big city to go shopping or something, I might just throw her pistol in here. That way it's here, I've got it. Again, if the feces hit the oscillator, we have her handgun readily available and she's not breaking the law, the unconstitutional law. Angry voices. By carrying a handgun concealed without a concealed carry license in the state that we live in. So that's another option instead of running 4 AR mags in here. I have also run in this middle pocket where I have the 240s and the 230s. I've run her pistol in here as well as another handgun in a holster and a case. That's another point. I'll get to that in a second. I've run a couple of handguns in here just kind of stacked. Usually if I'm doing that, I'm gonna take one of those handguns out and put it in the center console or in the glove box of the vehicle. When I get to the vehicle, it's mostly just to help me carry it from here to, from inside to outside. Another point that I'm gonna make about this is if you guys are gonna carry a handgun in these bags, I highly, highly recommend that you either carry it with a good holster of some type or, and I don't recommend this often, carry it with an empty chamber. Now, personally, I'd say that carrying it with the good holster and round chamber is a way better choice. For one, the holster tends to keep it in the right orientation so that if you reach down into the pocket to grab it, the grip of the handgun is gonna be right there, versus if there's no holster, it'll probably fall on its side and move around and you don't know what you're grabbing. But keeping that trigger guard covered is super important, especially, again, if it's loaded, because you reach in, you go to grab it, you hit that trigger, bad things can happen, or just something in the bag can get in there and potentially pull the trigger, depending on the gun, obviously. And you just don't want that. So the safest way, I would say, is to carry it in a holster inside the bag. And I'm also gonna say at this point, guys, I am not a big fan of off-body carry. Off-body carry meaning I'm gonna carry my gun in a backpack or in a purse or something that is not actually like on my body. Inside my pants, on my belt, under my shoulder, on my ankle even. Those are on-body carry options. And I'm not a big fan of off-body carry, at least for your primary gun. Obviously I put a gun in this bag, that's a thing, but I'm not a fan of that being my only gun. You can easily be separated from bags. Even if you do decide to carry this with you everywhere you go every day, or whatever option you choose to build in terms of something like this. Even if you are carrying it with you everywhere, you've got a little messenger bag or something, it's much easier to be separated from that bag. You go to the bathroom and you set it down and somebody reaches under and steals it. Well, now they have your laptop or your wallet or your keys and your gun. Whatever you put in that bag, they have it. Things happen. I like to keep my go-to defensive firearm on my body. I've got it here right now. It's a Glock 19, and yes, it's loaded because I'm carrying it. So that's my big recommendation is don't use this bag as, oh, that's just all my stuff. That's my gun, that's my ammo, that's my medical, don't do that, please. Carry a gun on yourself, carry medical on yourself. I've done a video on my medical that I carry before. I've got it on right now around both of my ankles. I've got tourniquets, I've got quick clot chest seals, nasopharyngeal airway, marker, emergency bandage, packing gauze, all kinds of stuff for, again, those traumatic injuries, like what this is for. This is just extra for me to have just in case I need more of it. Or I find out something on my ankle kit is, busted and no longer good, and now I need something else to replace it. All right, so conclusions about this. Again, this is not an everyday carry bag for me. I think that it draws too much attention to be an everyday carry bag. And frankly, it's too heavy for it to be an everyday carry bag for me. With all the ammo that's in this thing, this is not a light bag, even though it's small. But I like it because it gives me a lot of options. This fits very nicely into some of the tighter spots in my vehicle. It's very easy for me to hide this in my vehicle the way I have my vehicle set up. So it's not clearly visible and people aren't going, oh, that's a magazine. Let's see if there's a gun in there. I try to keep my stuff as very low profile, nondescript as I can. But if I have my AR and I have this, I have lots of extra ammo for my AR and my pistol, and I've got another rifle in here in case I need it. So yeah, I use this more as a cache than I do as a bag to carry around. But I do keep it in the bag so that everything's in one spot. I know exactly where it is. It's easy for me to get it from the house out to the vehicle and back into the house. If I needed to grab it and go, run towards or away from something, or if my vehicle gets disabled or something like that, that's why it has backpack straps, so that I can carry it if I have to. But that's not the goal. The other thing that's nice is it keeps it all in one spot. So again, I don't have to worry about, oh, my extra magazine fell out of the pocket on the back of my seat and then it slid around the floor and I have no idea where it is. It's all in this bag. And this bag doesn't really go anywhere, at least the way I put it in my vehicle. It's nice and slim. I could slim it down a little more, obviously, by taking some stuff out of it. But, I mean, it's narrower than I am. So, not too bad. Obviously, with the medical on the side of it, that adds a little bit more to the side-to-side dimension, but no big deal. I like having that extra medical. This isn't intended to be a survival bag, a get-home bag, a bug-out bag. This is just intended to give me some extra ammo and extra stuff in case the feces hit the oscillator, if I can talk. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any ideas on maybe something I didn't think about that works in the context that I just explained for this bag that I should add, or maybe I should take one thing out and put something else in its place, please let me know. I'd love to get your ideas and to see what you guys think. Like I said, I'll have a link for that bag and for the IFAK down in the description below. Full disclosure, if you use any of my Amazon links, those are affiliate links, I do get a percentage back. However, it helps the channel and I really do appreciate that. So when I link to stuff in the description, that helps out a lot if you guys go check it out. Also guys, don't forget to go check out Big Daddy Unlimited. My link will be in the first pinned comment down below. You guys can go check it out, sign up for it. First month's 99 cents. If you guys buy anything from there, you've basically already paid for your membership and how much you've saved. So go check out Big Daddy Unlimited. And other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I couldn't and wouldn't do this without you guys, and I love talking to y'all. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to post those in the comments below, or if you'd rather, you can send me an email or a DM on Instagram. I'll have that information here on the screen, as well as down in the description for you guys. Thanks again for watching, guys. Y'all take it easy, roll tide, and I'll see you.